the COVID pandemic, which means that more and more families are choosing homeschooling or private schooling for their children. My question is, how will closing the third highest ranked high school in the state of Maryland help MCPS recruit those people back?
I know that this is a point of disagreement, but we don't have any intention of closing Wootton, but moving it. So, and I know it's a point of contention and disagreement. So to your point, I want to say that we have seen some uptick in homeschool. We have seen some uptick in private school, and then we've seen some fluctuation in private school as well. A lot of that is post-pandemic and pretty consistent with post-pandemic. Some of the other things that we've seen that have been a little troubling is that our newcomer population or our immigrant population to the county has sharply declined. So that has sharply declined at a faster rate than, say, our homeschool or our private school placements. Our birth rate also that's ascribed to the county, has also declined at a faster rate. So.
The number of available students has increased. So you're using declining birth rate as like synonymous to apply that there are fewer students to enroll in CPS.
It's the metric that we use for cohort planning. So.
The number of available students is increasing.
Okay. We have our next question there in the back.
Yeah, hi. I'm a Wootton graduate from 2018, and now I teach at Falls Mead Elementary School. Part of the reason that Wootton is a community school is because of how close it is to elementary and middle schools. Ross uses Wootton a lot. They use the track for their gym classes. We have a lot of Wootton people that come to Falls Mead Elementary School. Like, that's part of the reason I became a teacher was the child development program that I got to go. I didn't even need a car. I could just walk to the schools. And now it seems like it's getting taken away. There's going to be a lot less, I mean, you said drive by, when you said that we could walk to these places. So what considerations have been taken about how they'll impact the local middle and elementary schools, especially if this becomes a holding school and we don't know who's coming in or out.
No question about it. It will definitely have an impact. And in weighing a lot of different things, including not just this community, but other communities, what is walkable for this community is not walkable for another community, and what is walkable for another community is not walkable for this community. I get all that. It does change the dynamic, and not in a favorable way. It seems very extreme, because it is extreme, given the kind of where we are right now. So it definitely is something that has gravity.
Okay, we're going to do our last two questions. I think we have one here and one there. And so, go ahead.
I probably shouldn't be doing this, but first off, all the Wootton kids, like I do feel, to the Wootton kids and the Wootton teachers, I feel you. I feel you, 100%. At Frost, it's not that much better in a lot of our rooms. It's, Michelle knows, it's hot.
Sir, if you could just get to your question.
No, thank you. Thank you. But I want to address that because it's important for you guys to know we want it fixed for you. We wanted for 10 years and it didn't happen. So we do have to acknowledge that was a fault of MCPS. It was a fault of MCPS with Bill Brown when that money could have gone to fix it.
I wasn't here for those decisions,
correct or not correct?
but I mean, given the circumstances
yes, I
at
know,
the
but
time,
correct or not correct?
I think you were looking at. I think you were looking at increased enrollment, but I think when things
Can you
change,
tell
there was
me
an
on
opportunity
your
to pivot.
strategic plan, you have 3 objectives for MCPS that they consider themselves to be successful. You know the 3 strategic goals?
Of our current strategic plan or the
Yeah,
last
it's on
one?
the site, yeah.
Okay, our first one has to do with academic performance. The
Correct.
second
4
one,
stars on Maryland's, yes.
yeah.
Second?
The second one has to do with our learning environment. And the third one has to do with
Second
post.
has to do with raising at-risk students 50% on their.
Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Yes.
And the
So,
third one is
so this is post-secondary outcomes.
keeping a 95% graduation rate with our high schools. That's how MCPS is judging their success. It's not my words, it's their words. You talk, and it sounds a little hypocritical, I'm not sure, but you talk about Wootton moving. Yeah, but you're also changing things. You said so right in your that you are changing the diversity of the school to better match what? Do you know that Frost has an autistic program? Are you aware of that? I want to know, what does MCPS consider acceptable diversity? When will that be listed? When will other schools fall in line with that? And how does this move? And when it's going to happen, I know you guys are already made up your mind it's happening. When this happens, are you going to sit there and guarantee that Frost and the new group are going to keep their 4-star ratings, maintain their 95% graduation rates? Are you going to promise that? Because they're just moving, so it should be okay.
I would be shocked if Wootton wasn't a 5-star school with the next
So
couple of
you're
years.
guaranteeing with all like the fact that Frost is losing Travilla, and we are going to somehow keep our ratings, and Wootton's going to maintain. By the way, Wootton's one of the only high schools in Montgomery County that did not decrease their graduation rate over the last year.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hello, over
Our
here.
last question for the evening is over
I
here.
have the gold mic. Hello, everyone. Dr. Taylor, thank you for being here. My name is Justin Brandon. I'm the father of 2 Fallsmead Elementary School students who are, for the next 9.5 days, zoned to go to Wootton High School on Wootton Parkway. I have a question, but sorry, this question is not for you, Dr. Taylor. This question is for everyone in the audience. I just want to ask, are you satisfied with what you heard tonight? I know there are a few here who are. I know there are a few. I'd like those, and that's totally fine. This is the United States. You're totally entitled to that, and I appreciate that. But for those who are not satisfied, I'd like to point you to SaveWootton.org. We've launched a legal fund. And we need more financial support from our community in order to agree to disagree, to use Dr. Taylor's words. So I'd like to ask all of you to consider giving what you can to our legal fund by going to SaveWootton.org. Thank you very much.
Because they have permission from the state. That is just factually untrue. I have emails on my phone that I'm happy to share with anyone here, with Dr. Taylor, with the media, saying that the state has only given permission for A, B, C, D, E, F, but not H. I also wanted to make it very clear for the public record that MCPS has done a $100,000 independent, actually $500,000, excuse me, independent third-party analysis on the viability of Crown as a holding school, and they concluded it is the ideal location for a holding school. Make it public. Do another study for Wootton High School. Are we even viable as a holding school?
Okay, thank you guys, everyone. So, with Dr. Taylor, did you have any closing comments that you would like to make?
Sure. I recognize that, thank you all. I recognize that there's disagreement. I do. And I think that there are a lot of viable options in every map that are proposed as part of a boundary study. I really do believe that. And I also believe that there's no perfect solution and no perfect map. Do I think that this is a great community to have a high school? Absolutely. There's no question. Relax. Okay. All right. All right.
So,
However, I am trying to balance, in making recommendations, I'm trying to balance our available resources across the county to the best of our ability. And I know that that's not easy, and I know that that's frustrating, and I know that people are upset about it, and I'm sorry about that. We are in this with you, whether you want us to be in this with you or not. And I know that that's frustrating. We will do the very best we can for your kids, and the very best we can for our staff. Thank you for having me tonight. Thank you for giving up family time.